As you can see, our company name is Flexi Time. There's a lot of new faces. Obviously I recognise Connor and Grant, so thank you for welcoming us back. After this slide, we're just going to run you through some inductions, and I'm just going to take you through a quick overall of the site plan. So if I just introduce myself, I'm Stephen Minor, the project manager. We've got Tony Granger, he's going to be the site manager. Then we've got Kelly Harris, is the health and safety manager. Mark Keane is going to be our security manager. And John only started with us last week, and he's going to be our site supervisor. So through this presentation, I'm just going to run through the agenda. So again, I'll just run through very quickly. The site plan will be covered general, and then obviously we'll go in more detail as the presentation goes on. Location of cabins, storage, site security, emergency arrangements and procedures, risk assessments, method statement, traffic management plan, welfare, site signage, how we run through our introduction, permission, and then obviously we'll just run through anything else you'd like to bring to the table. So site plan. So again, quickly run through it, obviously you're aware, because obviously you own the factory. We're just going to be installing 2 car parks, car park A, car park B. Obviously there's a boiler house with asbestos which is going to be taken out in phase 1. We've got a run-in farm just to the north, obviously the school, with a lot of school children coming back and forth. New generation of houses in the middle, and then obviously houses. This main road is a busy road, and we've got a 40-mile-an-hour speed restriction, and again we'll run through his traffic lights, but later on in the presentation we'll go in more detail. This is a school road going up to the school, and then obviously the other road which really shouldn't bother us as much. And as I said, the site will be in 2 phases. Phase 1 will be asbestos removal in the boiler house. We'll construct car park 1 with a temporary road running through the middle. Phase 2 will be the renovation of the factory, finish off car park 2, and then when the project's coming to an end, we'll run a permanent road running through the site. Site plan. So we'll have 4 site cabins. We'll have a site office with a manager's office and a training room in it. We plan to have 5 unisex toilets, and basically we planned it 10 employees per 1 toilet. The showers will be lockable, and the changing rooms will be lockable as well. There'll also be a cabin which will include the canteen. Again, John will run through later on. The storage will be materials and cosh, but obviously the cosh will be sign in, sign out, lockable, signs everywhere. Again, we'll run through that in detail. We'll have the renovation is a 2-story factory. We'll have 2 security in and exit, temporary road, printed order as we'll come on later on. Utilities will be running for the welfare, and then we've got an overhead cable running straight through the middle of the site. But we got goalposts, high goalposts, which really shouldn't be in that. But again, we'll run further later on. Location of the cabins. So we'll look in more detail. So car park 1, car park 2, factory, boiler room where the asbestos will be. But we've decided we're going to be putting up the temporary cabins just to the north of the site. Bang. So now I'd like to introduce you to my colleague, Mark Keane. He's very experienced, good looking, and one of our best employees in Flexi Time.
Thank you very much, Stephen. You give me great credit. Yeah, as Stephen said, my name is Matt Keane. I'm the security manager for Flexi Time. Former police officer, 10 years in the service, but now looking after projects of this kind of size, some a little bit bigger and some a bit smaller. But first of all, I'd like to take you through our security. It is a 24-hour security site. It's manned by 2 men at all times. We have 2 security booths, as you can see, 1 on the entrance and 1 on the exit. Registration numbers of all vehicles will be logged in and out upon entry and exit. Workers will sign in and out at the office as directed by security. We have solar powered CCTV cameras. They're full high definition, where the crosses are marked on, and they have SD cards for storage. Spot checks will be carried out at random throughout the day and upon leaving site. For fire evacuation, we have handbells along with firefighting equipment at several key locations across site. Our fire extinguishers will be foam, carbon dioxide and water. The fire routes are marked as designated pedestrian walkways as well, just for ease and familiarity, which we'll go over in the induction process. As you can see on here, they're denoted in blue. So if there was a fire alarm, the contractors would make their way up to the muster point, which is to the north, just by the farm entrance there. There is a zebra crossing here at all times. Pedestrians get right of way. There is no question of that. We would also have fire wardens designated on site who would assist with evacuation. We've also taken into consideration bomb threats because we understand that the significant level of local development that's going on with the housing estate also to the side has caused a lot of disgruntled local residents. We're aware that there have been several threats relating to security, which we take very, very seriously. In the event of a bomb threat, we will be evacuating via handbells and fire wardens again. The emergency services will be notified immediately via 999, and there is a secondary muster point further to the north, which I haven't denoted on this drawing. It is just slightly out of the boundary of that drawing, but again we'll go through that on the induction. In the event of a medical emergency, the local hospital is Bramley Hospital, A&E department. Again, if in doubt, call 999. Thank you very much. I'd like to hand you over to my colleague, Kelly Harris.
Thank you, Matt. So as it's been briefly touched on, I'm the Health and Safety Manager for the company. I've been doing health and safety for roughly 5 years. We are going to briefly touch on with risk assessments and method statements. Ourselves as FlexiTime are the main contractors, so we are completing the majority of the works ourselves. We have put together the risk assessments and method statements for phase 1, which is the renovation of car park area 1. We have identified that the asbestos removal needs to be conducted by a licensed contractor. Due to this, we have actually sourced local contractors, which are called ACM Disposal. They have supplied copies of their risk assessments and method statements also. We have sent these across to your health and safety team for them to review. We have put together a site pack which contains full copies of the risk assessments, method statements and some further information which will be discussed later through the presentation. I'm now going to move on to the traffic management plan for the site. So as you can see from the drawing, the green highlighted area is the entry and exit throughout the site. We are going to implement a one-way system. So entry will be from School Road and exit through Bramley Road. There is going to be a 5 mph speed limit at all times. This will be monitored by our Max security team. Due to the nature of this road, this is a very busy road, we have had permission for a 3-way traffic light system. And also at the entry and exit, we have a goalpost system. This is set for 8 meters. This is due to the overhead cable which runs through the middle of the site. This will also be touched on in the inductions as well for any contractors and visitors. We have here a large no stopping zone. Now this was taken into consideration through meetings that we have had with the local community. This was a big issue that they brought up, that they didn't want us to have any congestion of traffic, especially with other ongoing works in the area. Now this concludes our traffic management plan, so I'm just going to hand you over to John, our newest employee.
Good morning, chaps. As Stephen alluded to earlier on, I'm new to FlexiTime, but just a little bit of background about myself. I've been working within the construction industry for 20 years now, starting off as a labourer, working myself up to a site supervisor. Been doing the site supervisor job for around 3.5 years now with previous companies, and working amongst projects of similar size to this, so trust me, you are in good hands with me. Now, I know what you're all thinking. How many workers are going to be on site at any one given time? There will be no more than 43 workers. There'll be no more than 43 workers on site at any one given time. All staff on site will be managed through their site manager, which is Mr. Tony Granger over here. What will be supplied in our canteen is drinkable 3 fridge freezers, 3 microwaves, 2 tea urns, 3 toasters. There'll be tables, chairs and hot water. Now there'll be 2 break times. These will be split over half the workforce. So the first half of the workforce will take their main break time between midday and 1 PM, with the remaining workforce taking theirs between 1 PM and 2 PM. Changing rooms and flushing toilets will also be provided, where we've got 5 unisex lockable toilets. One also has disabled adaptations as well for any visitors coming on site. All toilets will be provided with hand towel, soap dispenser, hand sanitizer and toilet roll. There will also be shower cubicles, all again individual and lockable, and these will also provide body soap. As part of the site rules, which we'll touch on in a bit later, the whole site area is a no smoking and no vaping area completely. The nearest smoking and vaping area will be provided at the Bramley Road site exit. All cabins will be temperature controlled and maintained at 21 degrees. There will also be a first aid room provided in one of the cabins, which will consist of a bed, a chair, all first aid equipment and hot and cold water. Waste and recycling is very important to FlexiTime. All relevant waste and recycling bins will be provided within the welfare station, and a clinical waste bin will be provided within the first aid room. Eye wash will be provided across the site, and once again in first aid room too. I'd like to hand you over to Mr. Granger.
Hi, how are you doing? I've worked for FlexiTime for about 40 years now. Been a project manager for the last 20. Plenty of experience. Really enjoy my job. I'm going to through some site signage, signs that you're probably engineers and stuff will see on site. I've got a few examples up on the wall. This one in particular will be both security entrances, just in case anybody tries to come in the exit or any pedestrians, etc. This one at the muster point, and this one in my office. We've also got some other ones, other examples up on the boards. Got PPE, strict PPE rules. Evacuation routes will be covered with these. No mobile phones on site at any time, all untouched in the induction process. No smoking on site. Various hazard symbols round the gosh area, etc. Fire extinguishers we've already touched on. They'll be spread around site with signs all around site, marking where they will be, and road signs allowing everyone knows speed limits, directions, etc. Also within the manager's office we'll have all our legal signs, which will be part of the induction to have a look at as well, and insurance policies as well. Induction procedure and checklist, that's probably going to be myself that'll be doing that every day, or if not, John will be doing it, covering me at any time. The induction process consists of kind of following things. At 8:30 every morning, the induction will start, regardless if you're first day on site or not, you're in for induction. From there, we we'll go over PPE, etc., RAMs, make sure that you've got the right PPE, your RAMs are approved for the site, and also you're wearing the correct PPE according to your RAMs as well. We'll also touch on housekeeping as well. Obviously, we want to keep it as tidy as possible. We are next to housing, etc. So we want to keep the community happy and don't upset anybody. Fire procedures, I think Matt touched on earlier. Again, we do have the bell process. Fire wardens will be picked on induction process, and we'll put people in place for that. Standards on site, obviously, again, we've got a school in the area. We don't want swearing, we don't want guys carrying on. We've got an image to uphold as a company. It's a big thing for us. If we look good, everything goes well. So the last thing we want is anybody swearing and shouting and kids here in the local area. Permits to work, they'll be run daily. There's no excuses, must be done. Sign in, sign off, no excuses. Any hazardous works, we do have asbestos on site, hot works, etc. will all be monitored through the permit to work system. Hazardous substances, I think we touched on earlier that we will have a storage container. That will be all marked with relevant signs, etc. We do have buns for fuel. We have let the environmental agency know because we do have a bun north of the property. We shouldn't be anywhere near it, we shouldn't affect it at all. Asbestos, again, we are removing it. We have got a local contractor coming in to do it. They are approved, and we're hoping that should just plain sailing. Noise, again, residential area, keeping noise to a minimum at all times. There is strict 8 till 5:30 site opening and shutting times. No noise will be made in between those times. Again, but with regards to the induction, there is a copy of the induction in the site file if you want to have a quick look through it at any time. There's more information on that. Permissions and notifications. So because of the size of and the nature scale of the project, it is F10 notifiable. It has been submitted to the HSE and they have approved us to carry out the works. Also on that, the council have been notified for all planning consents. Again, all been passed, and the renovation is to go ahead, as you are all aware. With asbestos removal as well, we've had to make the HSE notifiable. We've given them 14 days notice, we're just waiting on the final signage for that, sign-offs for that, and hopefully we can get the ball rolling in phase 1 with the asbestos. And on that, we have invited the HSE down as well to take a walk around the site, just to get in cahoots with the local HSE there, and we're not hiding anything, we're not doing anything wrong. Make sure that the site's set up correctly, they're happy with everything, and everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. Notifications, just kind of, obviously, as a community, it's a small closed knit community. So we went to some local people round about the site and made them aware of the work. So a local school has been engaged and notified. We have done some other stuff with the school, which I'll touch on later. The local farm, obviously he's got agriculture, etc. The last thing we want to do is affect any of his business. So we've made him know let him know what's happening. We'll give him some contact details if he's got any issues and come and speak to us. The houses at Bramley as well, again, if you remember the site plan, there was some new houses and some current houses across from site. We've made all the residents aware. They do have a contact to speak to if there's any issues. The electricity board's been notified as well due to the overhead power lines. To be honest with you, we've done it as a formality, but we won't need to because we've got a strict height procedure in place and no plant over 8 metres is allowed on site. Environmental agency, again I touched on earlier, because of the drains, we've made them aware, they're pretty happy with what we've shown them. Shouldn't have to do anything with that. Local highway agency, we went to them due to the fact obviously we're putting temporary traffic lights on Bramley Road. They've signed off on that, they're happy with all that. So we're good to go there, and we've allowed the local transport companies know just for any delays for the community. Any other business? So our materials, we're quite proud of that we've managed to source 80% of our materials from local suppliers and companies, so that we're putting money back into the community and the surrounding area. Health and safety rep will be on site on the first day, and that is the day we have recommended the HSC to come in, take a walk around with our health and safety rep, and just make sure they're happy with the site, as long same as ourselves. And again, local contractors are being used. We've got the asbestos one already booked in, and we're hoping to get another couple booked up. We're just waiting final sign off on them. The shops that we are building, again, are more beneficial to the local community. It's going to do some jobs, it's going to make the area a wee bit more upbeat and lively, so that's also a positive on that as well. And we've also, after phase 1, arranged with the local school to bring a couple of classes down, take them a walk around the site, let the kids understand a wee bit of construction, and give them a wee kind of guided tour. And as an added extra, we've actually managed to get locals like our songwriter Hannah Banner to come and open up the shops and have an event on the day, and she's going to do a few songs for us. On that as well, we've been working with the local school, and we've actually got in cahoots with the local head teacher, Mr. Gal, and for the holding, I've not mentioned yet, but we've actually ran a competition for school kids to design the hoarding and put it around the site for aesthetic purposes. So we've actually got a nice wee picture here of the kids. That's not down. These are the competition winners, as you can see, and that will be on our hoarding around the site. Just get the community involved, bit of community spirit, as you're aware. On that as well, to thank Mr. Gall for working alongside us, we've decided that we're going to put a play park in the school. So we do have a kind of idea of what we're going to use, and we've got a kind of copy of what we're going to use. This is what our kind of plan is, and what we're going to fit in the school playground, and Mr. Gall seems to be over the moon that they're doing these works. That leads us to a question and answers. If anybody got any questions you'd like to ask about the project, happy to help.
I know you said you're working together with the school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing all contractors and subcontractors and yourselves are all CRB checked?
Yeah, that's... Sorry, I'll go.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, approved contractors, they run through everything. So CRB, obviously competencies, but obviously we just check that before they come on with the site induction.
I've got a question. With the school being so close, how have you arranged your site times with the school drop-off and pick-up times to avoid traffic?
Well, I think I touched on the site times are 8 till 5:30, so site starts at 8. So the guys are going to be on site between 7:30 and 8 o'clock attending site. They're leaving site not till roughly 5, 5:30. General school time start at 9, finish 3, 3:30. So we shouldn't have any effect with the local school. The local school has 160 kids, I think, if I remember right.
And we've been
So
working with Mr. Gal.
The biggest school, and there's not a lot of main traffic for the actual school road.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I got another question. You said you got a freeway control system on your site.
Yeah.
This will be used all the time or by request?
So, no, sorry, but are you referring to the temporary traffic lights?
Yes.
Will be used all the time because of the one-way. Well, obviously the time the site is open between 8 and 5:30 will be used because of the one-way system that I think Kelly pointed out earlier. It's our only form of exit, and the only reason we've got that exit is we're trying not to put all the traffic onto the school road. We're trying to reduce the amount of traffic going on there. So we've made an exit onto Brambley Road. We've spoke to the council. They're very happy with us doing that, and they're happy that we're taking traffic away. So that freeway control will be in the hours of 8 till 5:30.
Yeah.
Does that answer the question?
Just myself, I'm the accountant for 5 days and obviously look after the purse strings. Do you know how long from start to finish this contract's going to take?
Yeah, we've already discussed that. We're looking at the kind of 12-week time limit. Hopefully we'll have it done by then. We're confident we'll have it done by then.
We're laughing at that.
Oh, it's good. Really good.
Brilliant.